Attention, everybody!
Everybody listen up.
You are all officially invited to a dinner party. 7 p.m. tonight at our home, which is officially my friend Burley's home because I don't have a home.
That's it. There's no more left.
Give it to him.
We've been dating for almost a month, so we just decided that we wanted to do something special.
And dinner parties do combine two of our favorite things, dinner and parties.
Parties.
Yeah. It's like if you could have a Xbox pancake.
Portals would be so nice to have.
They would be nice to have, especially when starting off podcasts. Are we calling it 152?
Yes,
Now people
sure.
complain. Fine.
Really?
Fine.
I wasn't that connected to the numbers.
I like
151.5.
No.
I like it better as two
I
halves.
can't believe
than a
how many
lead.
people needed that. No offense, Ty.
I was asking just
You
for
were asking for like
purposes.
how we organize things, the way they look on the site.
right.
Everybody else is like, well, it can't be 151. It has to be point A or point 1, and then you have point 1.412. Like, no,
Sure
that's
can't
not what's
be.
happening.
So we just have one podcast that was never numbered.
No.
But this is 152.
151. All right.
I like pretending that there
Two.
is no 151.
There isn't. It disappeared.
about
It's
that?
the lost episode.
Well, I suggested the Tuesday podcast should have been TalkRadar Tuesday, number episode
would
1.
suggest Tuesday night is kids' night. That's all I'm saying.
And if you bring a book, you get a personal pan pizza for free.
God, I did so much of that. I was such an
The book
idiot
club.
little reader.
Book it.
Book
You're
it.
right. You're right.
Book it. Hi.
Hi,
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Antistas.
I'm Michael Raparas. I'm Brad Elston.
This is Tyler Nagata.
Henry Gilbert.
Henry Gilbert. We won't bore the new listener with the details, but this is a little different for us. We'll figure out things as they go.
It's Friday, and there's no top 7.
But here's what I know we're talking about. We're talking. We played a little. Brett played a little Shadows of the Damned.
I did.
And Ocarina
I
of
played more Ocarina of Majora.
Time. Majora's Time.
Majora's Cap.
Majora's Time.
3D.
The Wind Time.
The Wind Time.
And
I-
the new Zelda game.
And I played the Water Temple.
The least popular temple.
Probably.
And
Never existed.
Henry read a book. Tyler
Yeah. Gonna tell
knows
us-
news. Michael, I'm not sure what you're doing here, Michael.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Can you talk about L.A. Noir?
I don't know how much I can talk about yet.
You
I've
put
been
on your Jim Gaffigan
I
voice
can.
there.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I can say I've been playing it for the review for next week, and that I got some other stuff planned for it.
I can't wait to see what you decide.
Yeah,
in that
me
conversation
too.
we
Me too.
can't talk about now,
Yeah.
but L.A. Noir, kind of awesome.
What do we
Or is it?
No, it is.
Dun, dun,
it is.
dun.
It's pretty awesome.
It's exactly what it says it is, and that might rub people the wrong way. It's really weird. It's really weird.
So what are we beginning with this
I don't
time?
know. I don't
This
know.
is so
what do you want to
strange.
do? I know.
I
No
don't
top
know.
7. I don't know. What do you want-
We did the
Let's
top
talk about
7
it.
on Monday.
Brett had some news earlier. Florida
Let's talk
outlawed
about-
sex.
We could do the top 7 again. now that
Could.
Tyler's in here.
Number 7, Burning Rangers.
You know what I like about Burning Rangers?
Stop it, Hank. Don't.
Hey, maybe we could do follow-up to
What I
top
was
7
thinking,
comments.
What I was
What about
thinking,
that?
Shadows of the Damned. I want to go into that, and then we're going to leap into some feature content. All right, how about that?
Okay.
How about
right.
that? Where I have some special sound effects. But you played Shadows of the Damned.
Yeah, we
How's
got
that?
a preview.
Balls out over the top game.
It's really nuts. It's it's like a Japanese dream team of. I was trying to make a joke and I can't think of one.
Who's Michael Jordan in this dream team?
Michael Jordan? Still Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but Larry Bird will be played by the guy who scored Silent Hill. I
Was
guess.
Larry,
Yes,
was Larry
yes.
Bird on the 92 dream team?
He was on the original Dream Team, yeah.
He wasn't too old by then.
Motherfucker, I had that poster. It wrapped up one of my textbooks. I know this. I know this for a fact.
I can't believe it's like okay.
Sorry, getting rid of some Thor sound
That's
effects.
Thor. I just love the idea that like okay, basketball is now in the Olympics and now here's the team.
Dominate.
Like why would you?
Yeah.
Who would agree to like yes we're gonna let America? You can have this team.
Basketball was always in the Olympics, but they never allowed the NBA players to play.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I was only like
Until
2,
then.
so-
And then they were going to bring home the gold.
Yep.
Well,
Did they?
They did.
of course they did.
They didn't get beat by the. I don't know. The Nigerian
It's like-
team could have.
It's like the most unfair matchup.
I think it was news a couple Olympics ago that the Dream Team did not, or like lost, which was like
Boo,
that
Dream
was the
Team.
interesting thing.
Boo.
That's like playing Shadows of the Damned, which I did this week.
Yeah, I need closure on your
So who's
introduction.
this-
So
who's
what
this
you're
Dream
saying
Team?
is the Dream Team lost.
The Dream Team
on Shadows
lost,
of the Damned.
and then Magic Johnson
And Michael
quit.
Dream
Keaton.
Team of Suda Goichi and
Michael Keaton and
Shinji
Christopher
Mikami.
Lloyd never made a sequel.
Yes, but yeah, it's it's Shinji Mikami, who's
I'm working with the sound effects.
I don't know if I
Those
should
were not Indians, by
I don't
the
know
way.
if I should
That was
stop.
cheering.
most
Go ahead,
known
do what you
for.
normally do.
Killiman.
Why are the levels so fucked up?
I don't know.
Kilimanjaro.
So you get Suda 51 from Grasshopper. But the game plays a lot like Resident Evil 4 as filtered through Suda 51. So it's like RE4, only more nuts and more like a No More Heroes, really gory, over-the-top violence thing. Full of dick jokes.
Man, so many dick
And
jokes.
scored by Akira Yamaoka of Silent Hill. Like, to the point where the moment I started the game, I was like, man, this really sounds like Silent Hill. Music by Akira. Ah, there it
Are you,
goes.
are you cueing me to play the sound effect you gave me called Dick?
Wait.
Wait. All right. All right.
I don't remember what all I named them. So, but
It's a lot of phallic.
yeah. So, but the
Oh,
bit,
butt sex. That's not. I
that's-
guess
that's
not totally
it. But
phallic.
yeah, the bit with Shadows of the Damned is you play. God, what's his name? Garcia Hotspur.
Yeah.
And
See a hot
Oh, yeah, I
that was
love
my
that guy.
favorite soccer team.
his
A couple of UK guys just laughed.
they the Texas team.
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
yo.
Oh, whatever.
Spurs.
The boys.
Mm-hmm.
So his girlfriend Laura,
Sure.
Paula.
Does she have a theme in this? All right. I'll
Paula.
stop.
I don't know.
Paula.
Paola. She gets sucked into hell basically, and you go in to save her. But when you get down there, you have a floating skull friend who talks like Wheatley from Portal 2, and his name is Johnson.
He doesn't call
Johnson.
you a Burke at all, does he?
Not yet, he hasn't. But let's say first of all, his name is Johnson. Your gun's name is Boner. Because it shoots bones. And
Of
then,
course.
And then when you walk, is there one called Willie?
Yep.
When you meet this guy, this is British-voiced Johnson's floating skull talking to Garcia.
Johnson, what the hell is that thing?
Holy cow! I don't believe it! Willie! That's One-Eyed William!
Friend of yours?
Are you kidding? William is my aunt's first husband's adopted son from the Ukraine!
So he's named One-Eyed Willie with Johnson and Boner. And One-Eyed Willie is a floating eyeball that shits when you walk past it. And when
Shits.
it drops a pile of poop and
I don't have a shit sound.
And then Garcia says, "Why does he crap every time?" He's like, "Well, now we know where we've been."
And the chipmunk laughs.
Is there one? And then when you get to hell, you want to go explore and find and rescue Paula. But
Sure.
then One-Eyed Willie, not One-Eyed Willie, fucking Johnson, Magic Johnson, perhaps is a callback to the
Oh.
Dream Team.
Maybe Big Johnson.
There he
Is a
is.
callback to dick jokes.
Dick,
We never left.
we have a permanent fucking residence in Dick Jokeopolis. When you go into hell and you're like, I want to go save Paula, Johnson is like, I don't want to go because. And if you play demons,
Oh, I got.
Now here's a fine mess.
These demon pubes are blocking the door.
that was
Demon pubes!
not the one I wanted.
Get
but-
out of town! Oh, I have another one called Demon Butt.
I love.
Go ahead, Michael.
I love that he sounds like Triumph the Insult Comic Dog.
Yay! But yeah, there's like it looks like it's the equivalent of like a spirit barrier thing, but he calls them demon pubes because
Demon pubes.
they do kind of look like
Well, I'm just saying, demons are buttholes.
I like that.
But yeah,
What?
he's
Buttholes.
just the way he enunciates buttholes. What's another one played? You
All
have?
right.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fudge!
Oh, yeah.
What am I talking about? This is what caused those tremors. It's a melody of death. Oh my god! 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 God!
That amused me. So he hears somebody singing, and it turns out that's someone causing a very damaging song that's destroying windows and breaking shit. But I just
can I
love
play the
him
one called Dick?
tripping over himself with the Dick. Go
Once
for
your
it.
soul rolls into town, that's it. You're damned. And Fleming doesn't let anybody off the hook.
He sounds like a real dick. Tater.
Oh!
That's so clever.
Oh.
Well, did you notice that when you go into the darkness, like when Johnson is a flaming torch, like he wilts like he.
What?
Like he's impotent.
Yeah, and then when you come back out, it like boing. It
Yeah,
goes
boing
back.
right back out. When you
But I love
Like that?
Yes,
All
just
right.
like that. But I like just a bit with Johnson in general. It's like he's a floating skull that talks, but then like Garcia has this control over him to kind of turn him into. I don't know if it's anything he wants or it's just any tool that he needs. Because in the intro, he's a torch, and then he's a motorcycle, and then he's a gun. And every time he's just this chattering fucking skull from like a haunted house store that would sit on your wall and sing "Soul Man," that kind of shit that you'd buy at Spencer's. There should be one more.
I got there's tons more.
Okay.
I'm gonna do alphabetically. How about that?
Oh sure, because I don't remember what I named.
Look what they did to me. A few little transgressions, and now I'm doomed to an eternity of heavy metal jokes and posing for pirate flags.
Because he's been turned into.
He's a skull.
But yeah, that sounded like a record scratch dog ears going up in the middle of that, or like a radio station going. Home of the Rock.
I have tons of those.
That noise, it's him turning into different objects. Like
Really?
like a motorcycle.
I've been dying to use some of these on the TalkRadars someday. Call us right now! TalkRadar, taking your calls. Dead Space 2 DLC, we'll tell you all about it.
Signing up to dial up.
Boo boo boo! Alright, that's not the right one. Eat it, Hank! We're talking the light
In the
FM.
year 20X AD.
Is that Steve Blum as Garcia?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
The accent sounds
Absolutely.
so heavy that it's hard.
Can you
to
play one of
place.
those clips again?
It sounds
see what we have.
It sounds like
My last gifts to you. Gadget.
it's really serious.
Just don't forget to wrap them. Puta claws.
Puta Claus.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think that's he's like trying to become like
Boy.
he's trying to surpass Nolan North. I think in terms of
He
saturation.
was Nolan North before Nolan North was
we got-
Nolan North.
we got Nolan- we got Nolan
But
North coming up later.
I've been seeing him a lot more recently.
Is that all of them?
No, I think there's one more.
What's that one called?
Thrust.
Oh yes, hang on. This is like what appears to be the main bad guy yelling at Garcia, telling him that he's not as good as he is.
Demon Hunter, your bullets have no bite, no penetration. You need more thrust.
If it sounds like just too lewd and ridiculous,
It is really cool, though.
it does come out the same month as Duke Nukem Forever, so
Oh.
I'm sure there's room for both of those things to exist.
I think like 5 days afterwards.
Yeah, but no, just playing the game was was a lot of fun because it does like the control scheme is very RE4, RE5 style kind of thing, but then yeah, just Suda 51's weirdness that he brings to that stuff. And like we did a trailer trash where we just were like, let's make fun of this trailer, but then we watched like this is fucking awesome.
Lizzie honestly thought this looks ridiculous because it's too over the top. I'm like, this looks the boys came in like, no, this looks awesome.
It's really funny and just Johnson doesn't stop talking.
There you
Like I was trying to figure out what to record and he just didn't stop, and every other minute was a gag.
So
like there was a line I missed where he's complaining about how he hates puzzles and hates solving which fucking key and why would I shoot a goat to light up this room, and he's just like, it's hell, what do you want? He's like, well, let me know if I need to fuck a horse to open a door next time. And I missed that.
It's pretty nice.
Because the split second I hit stop recording, fuck a horse. God damn
Do
it.
we want to go ahead and name the other characters in the cast that maybe you haven't encountered yet, but I'm going to say there's a Peter in there? Peter? Anybody else? Maybe an Asian character named Wang? Maybe a Wang?
God, I don't know.
I want as many dick names as humanly possible. Come on there. Rod? There's going to be a Rod.
Purple-headed yogurt slinger?
Purple-headed yogurt slinger, the third. The third. Get that forum name while you can. I'm shutting them down tomorrow. But you also played Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I went to Colin Harris's Nintendo's PR, external PR company. They had a session to see Ocarina of Time 3D again, which is I think the second time I've been to see it, or third or something.
I think it's third.
But this time they were specifically showing off the water temple. And when I walked in, it's
That's
like
so weird. You figured they'd know.
Like my knees almost buckled when they said, "Today you're playing the water."
No. But I have sound of that happening.
Oh my god!
Brett is the one crying. What? I can't.
Wow, you bored Henry so much that he yawned.
Oh no! Did that really happen?
I feel like I'm missing the conclusion of that epic battle.
But you're gonna have to read that on GamesRadar.com. I wish I remember the URL, but it's only like 700 characters. Look it up.
Just
on
Google hated character battle. I'm sure
Yeah.
it comes up. So yeah, once I finally got back up after barfing all over myself at the idea of playing more Water Temple, I remembered of course the second screen is going to add a bunch of shortcuts and ways to get around some of the tedium of playing the Water Temple of Ocarina of Time.
just by having the map open the whole time?
Well, the map and more importantly the gear. Like,
You
it's
gotta
like
take off your dumb boots every 5 seconds.
the whole bit with Water Temple is that you've got to pause, item select, equip boots to sink in the water to get to the bottom. Pause, unequip, unpause to float back up. And that's what's always I hated the most. Not that it was a complicated level with like a lot where you move slow because you're underwater and then you can't do the things you could normally do because you're fucking underwater. And that you'll remember, God damn it, I came all the way here, but the water level needs to be one thing higher. I have to go all the way back. It's that every time you want to move at all, pretty much, you have to equip or unequip those fucking boots. And it just gets to a point where, like, even in 98, where I was like, I couldn't criticize Nintendo if someone paid me to, which they do now. Even then, I couldn't stand that. Like, I'm like, why the fuck would I have to do this? Like, I'm barely 18, I don't know shit about game design. This is terrible. And then Aonuma later, like, just a couple years ago or recently was like, yeah, that was a bad call. That was a bad idea, and I'm sorry everyone hates it. He's like, he admitted it. But in this case, the bottom screen, in addition to, you could always have 3 items equipped at any time, like Slingshot, Boomerang, Deku Stick, that kind of stuff. The bottom screen also has hotkeys for specific objects, like equipable items. So in this case, the boots are just a button.
Oh, that's nice.
So when you're holding it, your right thumb is next to all the face buttons. It's also right next to this button for the boots. You just tap it, and the boots on, off, on, off, on, off. So, like, they come on, you sink, you take them off, you float. Like, that alone alleviated so much stress of the idea of playing it. But furthermore, Link moves a little quicker underwater, so it's not as trudging and slow.
Because they can't change it now.
No, they can't.
They can't change it, but they can.
All they did,
enhance the UI.
Yeah, it's a mix of actual, genuinely the UI, but they also then added what looks like Tron-style lights.
Seriously, what?
Like around certain doors that lead you to the things that that lower and raise.
I mean, it was a murky, weird, textureless fucking area at the time, so that's fine.
And now it's like, if it's a green light, that means it's going to lead you to where you lower. If it's a red light, it's to the second level of water. And it's not, I don't feel it's obtrusive, or intrusive, I should say. It's just kind of like, no, thank you for bothering to give me some clue at all. Because when I had that feeling of when I first went into that, I was going to say dove in, but I literally do.
That would have been good.
I think I dove in after bouncing off of a giant bongo or something. Sounded like... There it is.
We need more sound.
And then a splash, if you could... Do you have any equivalent?
Yes.
Wow. Well done.
You're welcome.
I landed in a pile of puke.
I can't believe it.
What a
love that fucking guy.
morning zoo shit.
I love that guy. Ho! All right, we're just trying out the sound. Just, come on, people.
Has Dan jizzed any time?
I took that off, but I can bring it back. I can bring it back.
Sorry.
Goodbye, Punta.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just that simple act of playing, being able to equip and unequip, moving a little quicker, and having those lights to kind of guide. And they don't like, go this way, idiot. It's not that babying. It's just enough to be like, okay, I can get my bearings a little easier. And it helped make one of my most dreaded things of my gaming life, which was the idea of playing through that temple ever again. Not so repulsive. And,
You will be playing the repulsive version again soon.
yes, I will be soon.
But do you remember? I'd love to see that as one of the quote blurbs for the game when it comes out.
No longer
no longer repulsive. Games Radar.
It's definitely a temple I remember having a problem with, but I also remember fairly well the sense of accomplishment after beating it. But the appreciation for, holy shit, I can't believe I just did all that.
Yeah.
That somebody designed, I don't know. I didn't hate it until I knew, like, I had a hard time with it, and the rest of the internet seemed to love kicking it in the stomach. Mm-hmm. Now, I like the music.
And on that note of like having that sense of satisfaction, if you don't care about that sense of satisfaction, there is one of the new features of
fucking
Ocarina.
Purple Star will just play the game for you.
No, it doesn't play it for you. They're called Sheikah stones.
Oh.
And Sheikah. And if you go up to them, you can, if you want, interact with them, and it loads up a series of like very brief, like 5-second, 8-second videos that give you hints.
Man.
Thank you, Nintendo, for child-proofing my favorite games.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's everyone's reaction.
No,
but
they're adult-proofing it.
Yes.
Children can figure this shit out on their own.
Hey, look at that.
That's pretty.
Sting.
It's actually kind of accurate. I watched a few of them just to see what they were like, and it's even then they're still kind of vague. Like they'll just show Link do one thing, kind of like when Henry cheated to watch the Portal 2 videos.
And
He only watched
For
Henry.
But in the case you watched like step 1.
yeah, it's watch step 1
To
and
go,
then
oh, that's okay, and then you
that's
took it from there.
Yeah, that's the start I'm missing.
Henry.
That's what these things are for.
I do want to say for the record,
You didn't have a pure first playthrough?
Henry.
I want to say
You're grounded.
I want to say for the record, I only did that on two really hard puzzles in number 2, chapter 7.
Henry.
I was clean the rest of the way.
I'm upset.
How dare you use our video walkthrough guide on GamesRadar.com written by Tyler Wilde?
We're
But it
not
was-
allowed to use those.
It
Henry.
was such
Those
a
are for
useful
the common
guide.
folk.
I loved using it. It was just so good.
Promotional achievement unlocked. Everybody wins.
You know, the achievement guide on our site too is pretty good.
That is also true.
But yeah, that's kind of it
can't
regarding Ocarina. The other quick UI thing they did was, you know how the game would prompt you and say, play an Ocarina song, boop, and the thing would come up, and you'd be like, I don't fucking remember which one.
Yeah.
And you have to pause.
You have to go back
go
and look
look
at your songbook.
You can
and your
actually,
journal.
from there,
Thank you.
tap the Ocarina button, and it brings up all the songs. And you can actually play it from the screen where they're all listed. And then go, blah, blah, blah. Fucking no. None of those.
Sounds like an ocarina to me, motherfucker.
That is the recorder from Zelda 1 in Mario 3.
I know.
When I played it the first time after I made up the Scarecrow song, I could never remember it. Like,
Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
well, I should have done that, but that's not melodic.
Who cares? I'm not
I
in
want
this
it
for
to be
the...
something memorable.
This isn't Harvest Moon Magical Melody.
I just got a 3DS, and yes, I apologize for everybody for being annoying about Street Pass. Henry, can you change your shirt to yellow to break this shield?
A month
I came
later.
by Michael's desk, and I just go, I was like, what? Your light is green. Someone stopped by your Street Pass. Like, yeah, we've all had this for months. So, but we've had this
We've
for weeks.
unlocked everything.
But I'm obsessed
still-
with Street Pass. We might find out more about that later.
All right.
I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm just leaving this on for your benefit anyway.
I still need to beat the final
I need
ghost
blue shirts.
on the second time, so I'm trying to slowly grind through that.
If you ever meet me, I changed my welcome speech after that 700 dirty words you can't say in Mortal Kombat. I wanted to see how Nintendo's filters were, so everybody who greets me gets to see the word "cum belch" every time you greet me at my meat
Except
plaza.
you gave Henry a custom one, I think, didn't you?
I say Tub Girls rules to Henry, and he loves it every time.
And then I wrote back, "Eat shit, please."
You're my most powerful warrior. He didn't even smile after that was done. Yes, like he wanted to throw the mic down like Chris Rock. Eat shit.
I love that you ask, please.
Well, Henry's a polite guy.
I don't want to talk about my obsession, which we might have something on that later. But has anybody noticed when I try and tap the screen with my thumb, it's never worked the first time ever.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not.
And
there's something.
I never
off
had that
about
problem
it.
with the DS.
I usually use my index finger.
So I use the tip of I use the corner of my thumb.
Wait,
but
we talking about buttholes or touchscreens?
we can talk about both, man. It's that kind of show.
In that case, it's pinky, because that's more realistic.
Try to say everything that could mean both.
I only use the stylus because that's what the manual told me.
That is not what the manual told you to do. And if you're just changing Kirby hats, like it's not. I don't need to do that. But I've had a lot of problems touching that touchscreen. With my
I
fingers.
really don't like the home button on that thing. It just feels so cheap and remote control from 1990 and
just sort of like the multi. Would you like to reopen the suspended soft? What are you talking about? Like this is just the camera option, man.
I don't like the 3D. I turned it off already.
I'm playing Pilot Wings, and after breezing through it, I'm like, this is inhibited. I can't play right now. Like if I move slightly, I lose my total perspective. And
Playing it on the BART, getting jostled around, like you just need to turn off the 3D, or you'll vomit on your friend sitting next to you.
Well,
especially if you've been looking at Tub Girl in 3D.
and we're still
with that arc coming right out of the top screen.
Oh man, somebody needs to do that.
Just like it's grazing the tip of your nose practically out of
Somebody reenact Tub Girl and take a picture with the 3DS and then upload it to the web.
to Henry's web,
Yes.
and
They can all put it on an SD card.
Upload it to HenryNet.
to HenryNet. And then I want to see Yub Nub Tub Girl, and just like a bunch of people cheering at the end of Jedi while they shit out of. right.
See, when you said that, I just imagined an Ewok doing Tub Girl.
That'd be cute.
It would. What do they eat?
Shit in this case.
C-3PO? I don't
Imagine,
remember.
what would that be
Stormtrooper.
like? Just a geyser of rabbit pellets?
Yes, exactly.
They
Exactly.
Stormtrooper blood.
It looked like that. Yeah, the end of the first scene of Willy Wonka, just a guy throwing chocolate tidbits into the air. Whee! Anyway, our buddy Tyler Nagata is here because we're gonna get into question of the week later. What you want to see from our new 2-show thing? We'll bore you with that now. What a lot of people wanted to see is not only more newsishness and more stuff relating to the articles we've written, but more Tyler Nagata. Period. So
Really?
I had to go find. It's time for the news burst, and I'm sorry I don't have more of a sound effect. This is. News burst.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's Ninja Turtles.
love it.
It sounds like Morse code.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm
like
honored.
that.
I couldn't find it isolated, so yeah, you got a little damn music there. Hi,
Hi.
Tyler. What's on the news beat this week?
Well, first up on the list, hackers get hacked. Anonymous website received an attack.
Anonymous has a
breaking
website?
news.
They have several websites that are just used by its members to communicate and whatnot.
There's a bunch of
Hack,
IRC
I don't know,
sites.
whatever they're doing, but apparently one of their websites reports the Financial Times was smothered in vandalized with obscenities and also login names and passwords and IP addresses of alleged anonymous members were posted all over the site. They've been taken down. You can read more about it at Games Radar.
Well, I think what
it's
you
a little,
take away from this, Tyler is saying that Anonymous can't get to him. He's too careful. That's what.
Well, what I'm saying is I don't want to make them angry. I mean, they might.
I am happy laughing at them.
me
I hope I never piss them off. Like I give something the wrong score.
I feel, I thought I was safe from the Sony thing, but I had to cancel my debit card this
Did you really?
weekend. Yeah, I was right immediately after I finished my very nice, happy Mother's Day phone call to my mom. I got a call from the.
Thank you, Hank.
I got a call from my
Check your credit
from my bank saying, hey, fraudulent thing happened. Call this number. And then when I called the number for their fraudulent watch line, they said, oh, hey, so what's your card number? I was like, and I said to him, no, hello, that you're not even going to say, this just feels weird that you're
Wait,
telling me.
aren't you not supposed to do that?
Well, I said, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And then the guy was like, yeah, whatever. Then call the number on the back of your card if you want. And they hung up on me.
Wow.
What a shitty, yeah.
Well, you're
And then-
only like the 23rd millionth caller I've had today relating to PSN.
I just had to deal with that shit today because my stupid bank. Not PSN.
But it wasn't PSN's fault.
Strangely unrelated, exact same
Michael
problem.
did it immediately, and I refuse to do anything until anything happens.
Well, they say there's 77 million registered PSN users, so it could be that just banks and institutions in general are just being more careful about
Wouldn't
fraud check
Sony have to send out look, something might have got compromised here, be careful.
No, they did.
Yeah. Now I would imagine they would.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't been notified about anything, so I'm just assuming everything's cool. My last purchase is, as always, Extreme Pizza. So, the pizza place downstairs from my
Note to
house.
anyone who stole Chris's card. Just
Hey,
make sure the last thing you do every day is
not-
buy Extreme Pizza.
Do not funnel all these transactions through Extreme Pizza. That would be wrong. Newsishness. Dude, look at us get through this. We don't
Brink.
talk forever about everything.
Brink released on May 10th, and Tyler Well gave it an 8 out of 10.
Brink is my favorite color. You know that Aerosmith parody.
Yes,
is going
I got
nowhere.
it.
It's
Oh,
going,
I
Brink's
get
going
it.
nowhere.
Oh,
Brink when you turn out the lights.
Yes, yes. yes.
Brink, it's my favorite crayon.
All right, I want Michael. Michael will be doing all Steven Tyler lyrics from here.
There was
on
no
out.
pretty and Brink joke.
Pretty and Brink.
Well, so many hit us after the fact.
Right after that show, Tyler changed his strapline to your Chumbawamba reference.
Yes, yeah, he did.
Drinks a whiskey, Brink. He drinks a vodka.
Well, after the
Brink.
It's like lead, but not quite.
after the podcast, he said
Yes.
oh, I really liked one of yours, but what was it? And I read off all of them, but that one because I was like, well, that's the stupidest one. He doesn't want.
I didn't think
that
he'd
one.
use that
And
one.
then-
You're like the cure for the common Brink, and he's like, yes, we want that.
Yeah, when I had to put the Brink review on the homepage, and I'm like, I'm not fucking putting that strap on the homepage. I think it's funny, but as a user going to what's on GamesRadar.com, drinks a whiskey drink. That doesn't mean anything.
Oh,
No, come on,
Bethesda
come on, readers.
boys.
Don't you remember
should have been,
Chumbawamba?
he brinks a whiskey Brink.
Yeah, my shit got
never
got rejected for my Ben Folds 5 song lyric.
she's a brink and she's drowning
Slowly.
slowly.
So,
yeah.
What else happened?
I had to order a update to the TalkRadar tablet on the homepage. So
Why?
I titled it "I Brink There Thor I Am."
I will definitely.
Because it needs to have that format. And,
I know.
We'll
That's
talk about
good.
that later. Moving on, Fallout New Vegas, Honest Hearts DLC.
Totally released.
May 17th, I think. Is the
17th.
Veronica's a voice in it, who was nice enough to come by and record something for us last week. Yeah, she's
It's about
totally a voice
time.
in it.
They
Not
made-
a character named Felicia.
It was so weird they hired Felicia Day to play someone
A
named
character named
Veronica.
Veronica.
Yeah.
But Veronica's not playing a character called Felicia.
Now it's
Not
their
get that
make
silly.
good to her.
I'm proud of that.
This one's set in Utah's Zion National Park. Microsoft earlier this week announced that it bought Skype for $8.5 billion.
with the T.
$billion.
Billion Kevin Spacey, Lex Luthor dollars.
I saw this further report of that basically said Google was going to buy it and then decided not to, and then Microsoft bought it. So
Well, they're not so much interested in the service, but the 170 million registered users they can
Yeah.
tie into all their other awful services.
because I'm like, I don't like Skype, and I don't know anyone that uses
I
it.
don't know if I'm.
Podcasts use it.
I love Skype, and people. My uncle, he's a pilot for UPS. He uses Skype primarily to talk to his kids,
Well,
all
if
the
you're
time.
in another country, it's
Every
way better
time.
than a
We conference call on that stupid fucking 2005
Yeah.
infrastructure, and we could, if we wanted something this shitty, we could use free Skype.
Yeah.
Free Skype. This is $100,000.
I just feel like Skype is the video phone we were all afraid we were going to have. In 1999, we're like, man, I hope it's not that shitty.
A little bit.
And that's what we got. And I'm
Then
like,
I had a
come
roommate
on.
a while back with his girlfriend across the country, and I don't know. It's
I
a
used a
nice
phone.
It's
It
a
was
nice.
great.
It's a nice way. All right. Listen to how you sound right now. Video phone. Just give me the analog rotary dial.
Also,
I remember when controllers only had 2 buttons.
also, there are too many leaves on your sidewalk.
What happened to the old-style phone sitting in front of a small TV?
And how come when I pick up the phone, there's no operator waiting for me?
And how come in my day tennis shoes had an exposed air pocket, a pump, and they lit up when they stepped down?
How come phone
Where did
numbers
that-
don't start with words no more?
What the hell happened to all that shit? Okay. Anyway,
Experts feel that Microsoft paid about twice as much as what Skype was worth.
that does seem fucking
So
crazy.
there is some talk amongst
Doesn't
investors about, are they going to justify this large purchase?
Imagine yourself as a king or a CEO. How much for your company? $6 billion. Get the fuck! You clearly don't want to sell. Yeah. I'm not paying you $6 billion for anything.
I have been watching Shark Tank, and I would have been out.
But it's a part of this. Has anybody experienced that annoying ass bullshit with Google and Microsoft wanting you to tie all of your things to one account?
It's really getting annoying.
So my fucking Gmail account goes to my Xbox Live subscription. My Hotmail account goes to my YouTube account.
I think
And
you have that
both.
backwards.
They both what? No. It wasn't integrated before. That's just how I set it up.
Hotmail is my Xbox thing.
Because it's Microsoft.
Right.
And so every time I go in there, they redo my cookies to say Hotmail. No, that's not my login or my email for you, Xbox Live. Not at all.
Right.
My login information for you is Gmail. And then I go back to Gmail and all its cookies have been erased. have fucking been erased for my YouTube channel.
Life is hard.
Fuck it, dude. It's two giant companies controlling everything.
I agree.
Rearranging my passwords and shit. It's fucking irritating. Fuck you guys. Next news story. God.
Wow. Okay.
Hitman Absolution announced for 2012.
Hitman Absalon. Epsilon.
Yeah. and
Absolution.
what did you
nice.
discover about that, Henry?
So at the end of the trailer, there's a barcode. This actually went around Reddit, but at the end of the trailer, there's a barcode that has 110706, 4 more numbers, and then 47, which is really just say, hey, Agent 47, you'll see more of him on June 7th, 2011, a.k.a. the
E3.
start of E3.
Right.
If you were to actually scan that barcode, it goes to an Amazon page for a double dong dildo bag in Starry Night Blue.
A double dong dildo bag on you.
Yeah, suck a bag of dicks with free shipping.
But if I remember correctly, before you can scan it, didn't you have to kind of decolorize it?
Well, yeah, you have to make. Well, at the end of the trailer, it's white code. You have to make it black code.
Yeah.
Why? Like everybody saw
So
that.
there was some trickery done to the code in the trailer as it appeared in order to be able to scan it that way.
But like, was it intentional?
No, not for the dildos. I don't think so.
But because you posted that and I saw a bag of dicks, UPC, and I'm like, this is just a Saints Row thing.
Yeah, everyone
Saints
thought it
Row
was
thing.
Saints Row, and it was like, no, it's
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
So does anyone care
Well,
about...
I think that might also have to do because I think the Game Informer story, which was one of the first larger news websites to post the story that day,
Very reputable.
They used the Saints Row, a screen from Saints Row with the guy with the huge dildo.
Yeah.
Does anyone care about
understand when
Hitman?
Dead Rising.
Games Radar UK.
Yeah, they're the only
They care
ones.
about it quite a lot. They even, well, maybe it was just David Miklohan that cared about it because I felt like he was the one.
No,
that-
no,
I've
it's like,
never-
we
Never
looked
played
at,
a Hitman.
We looked at the UK PC Gamer and like Hitman.
Oh my god,
is
that's
way
right. Yeah,
up
it
there,
was
man.
higher than Diablo, StarCraft.
Yeah.
No, that
Bunch of stuff.
started a whole thing.
What, like a top 100? And
Yeah, their top 100 PC games,
Yeah,
like
Hitman was
Hitman
way
and
up
Football Manager, were much higher than any Blizzard game that wasn't WoW.
If you did, I know you listening, you can't see the gesture that Henry did, but his
Wow.
football manager, his head tilted like
Football Manager.
his head tilted
By
180
football,
degrees.
we mean soccer. It's even worse.
But I did.
No, John Madden.
I played the Hitman games back in the day. They were fun. I didn't think they were like amazing testaments to game design or
I
whatever.
thought they were
but-
rip-offs of Tomb Raider, so I don't.
What? No, it was all about you had to set up the hit your way,
My
and
bad.
there were
Go ahead
different
and
ways
defend
to.
it.
There are different
Step
ways
on
to
my joke and defend it. That's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, this has been there hasn't been a new game since 2006. Blood Money.
That seemed weird because they were semi-annual, like
Well,
right? Every year there was a Hitman.
It'll be interesting to see what they can do with 5 years of experience on current gen consoles.
think I had to
Like
preview.
the last IO interactive game, Mini Ninjas.
Oh, I love that fucking.
Wasn't
love
they
that
do
game.
Canon Lynch?
Oh wait, that's
Or-
right. Fine, yeah, you're right.
I think I previewed Blood Money.
That would have been like one of the
Your
first
first
things you ever
previews?
played.
No,
For
it
GR?
was in
For
E306.
Yeah.
So I
It must have been.
at IDOS's HQ up in the
IDOS.
the city.
Wow.
So is this a Square Enix joint? What's the deal?
Square Enix is publishing it. IO Interactive, the old developer, is coming back for it. This has been rumored for like months now, and they finally have declared it. But the teaser trailer was nothing. Like,
Yeah.
you don't even see if he's still bald. Like they could just have him having a normal haircut when they pull out. That's
Some buttholes.
Sorry. Just,
What
you
else?
know.
What else?
Sounds like
Well,
I
it
did.
turns out he's Mr. Lynch just with a barcode on the back of his head.
I did see another game announced this week, and I just thought the fucking intro to the trailer was hilarious. Soul Calibur 5. This is the intro to the trailer.
Transcending history
Yeah.
and the world.
Yay.
A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
Eternally retold. Yes, that is exactly how it
We'll
feels.
sell it to you
That is
over and
exactly
over.
how it feels. And that guy's voice. Hello.
I'm glad it's still that
Come
guy.
on, you gotta have that guy.
Is
He's the inner world guy of the Soul Calibur series.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, yeah, I mean, it reminds me of the first Soul Calibur, and even playing
Yeah.
Soul Edge on
But
PS1.
I kind of want the music to come in right
Yeah, the fucking... What's the PS1 called? Is it Soul Edge or Blade?
Yeah, Soul Edge.
now. Soul Blade, I think.
Or,
on
wait, yeah, no, Soul Edge is the sword, and Soul Blade
and
is
Soul Edge is the arcade version.
Yeah,
and Soul
right.
Blade is the PS1 version.
right.
Yes.
Maybe if you're really nice,
That music
I can
is so good.
pull up.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of soul and swords, eternally retold.
Here he goes.
Fuck yeah, fucking River Dance. Oh yeah, fuck.
River Dance
That's really
Mosh
good.
Pit.
It's really
But
good.
apparently it takes place 17 years after 4.
That makes so much sense now.
Wow.
That would
I
explain
can't
why
believe
Yoda
it.
and Darth Vader aren't there.
Yeah, so is Ivy going to have like really saggy tits now?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she
Sure.
could get magic to make her
Of
titties.
course.
I bet maybe they'll give her a Helen
She'll
Mirren
throw him
kinda
over her
look.
shoulder like an old boulder holder.
And the new main character is Sophia's son, I think it is.
Sophia?
Sophia.
Sophia. She's like the first.
Sophia.
Blizzard news, Diablo 3 beta is targeted for financial quarter 3 of 2011.
That's nice. Wait, really? 2010?
The beta.
The beta.
The beta is coming later this
Good.
year. It's
Good,
targeted.
good,
They're
good,
good.
good,
They, Mike Morhaime, CEO of Blizzard, was saying that the game has entered internal testing. So,
do you remember
people at Blizzard are playing it right now and
Do you
testing
remember the
it out.
time between the StarCraft 2 beta and just the release? Because they didn't really.
Ooh, I don't know off the
don't
top of my
remember it,
head.
yeah.
It didn't seem that. It
Yeah,
didn't seem that long. This comes from a financial conference call that happened earlier this week for Blizzard. They did stress that they're going to try to launch Diablo 3 this year,
But no promises.
The Blizzard, it's done when it's done, kind of.
Can we hear from Active Blizzard's own Dan Amrich on the subject?
I just jizzed.
Attaboy, Dan. Attaboy, keep that enthusiasm
he's
going.
so excited about any Blizzard news.
Yeah.
He can't contain it.
Danny loves his Blizzard.
Yeah. Also, Bungie not making a E3 appearance.
Aw.
Yet Konami is doing a big pre-E3 show.
Wow.
So I think that's kind of interesting how some companies are trying to beat the E3 buzz, but some are just.
I will write an article about that. And hope, against hope, it gets 1 million cricks.
Well, that's why like Soul Calibur got announced. Soul Calibur and Hitman got announced this week because if they announced it during E3, like it just get buried under Nintendo's new console or NGP news.
When are they
going to
announce the Halo remake?
That's not a Bungie game.
Yeah, that probably won't be Bungie.
That's probably the only interesting thing Microsoft will have to say at their conference.
I was thinking about this. I'm probably going to lose my mind if Nintendo shows just HD.
They will.
Metroid, Zelda, Mario. They won't announce a Zelda game because there's too much fucking Zelda happening right now. But
they'll have a ridiculous sizzle.
They'll have some sizzle that's going to melt my fucking.
You think they'll have a GameCube Space World-ish type sizzle reel?
I'm positive.
Probably because
that system is too in its infancy to have anything running on it.
Yeah,
man, just to imagine HD,
I can't even. I really think an HD Zelda is going to look like Fable to a degree.
Imagine a Mario affected by lighting.
I know it's so late. This is exactly what people hate Nintendo fans for, to be like, but what if when they make my game with better graphics again?
What if I can buy Ocarina of Time again? This is only the first time they've remade it.
Can I buy Mario 3
years.
the 17th time?
I do find that incredible that they have not made remade it.
This is the first remake.
If you count the GameCube version.
The GameCube
which I
version?
don't really.
A lot of
it was a promotional
It may not
disc,
be a
it was
remake,
free.
but I still own two fucking versions of that game.
And it was free. You have to pay for it.
That's true.
Well, you had to buy
Nintendo
Mario
gives something away
Kart
for free?
Double Dash
Oh, they're doing that with
something.
Excite Bike. That makes me very happy.
In Japan, they
Free
haven't
Excite
said
Bike.
it's going to happen in America yet. Don't catch your
Yes,
chicken.
the 3DS online store is still
chickens.
supposed to happen this month. They haven't said when.
Tyler Wilde, you have some more news.
Tyler Nagata, Chris.
Tyler Nagata. Sorry, sweetie.
I do. I have some news that'll make Henry especially happy. Team Meat recently released the modding tools for Super Meat Boy, and Valve just recently released the Portal 2 authoring tools.
Yes.
So I think Henry will be really excited. Aren't you, with all the upcoming mods and user created? Didn't
you make fun of him for being a console gamer?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Really?
He doesn't have the PC version.
Burn!
Well,
Burn on
they'll
Henry.
put the best ones on the 360 download.
Stop it. You don't know that for sure. Henry, let me just tell you.
Wow, that was good. That's from the Super Meat Boy commercial.
That it is. That's why.
Jump!
That's why I get paid the minimal bucks, man. I can pull that shit off really quick.
Speaking of badgering Henry, I was cleaning up a bunch of shelves to give you room for your shit. And because I was taking up like 8 shelves.
Yes. Every console box set has ever existed.
Yes.
Which I can't throw away either.
No, I won't throw them away. I think that shit matters more than the piles of magazines we've got in this building.
I didn't
No, we
care,
need
but
18 years
fucking HR is coming down on me to like, there's boxes on your desk and that's a fire hazard. And like, we're a print company. There's paper everywhere. Like all of that shit is flammable. Anyway.
Yeah. But I was cleaning off a shelf of just random shit of mine, and I found a We Cheer Namco Bandai, shouting cone.
Vuvuzela?
Yeah, or whatever they're called. Just, the fucking cones that you yell through. And I walk around, and I'm yelling and whatever, it's amusing. Then I walk right up next to Henry, and I assume he's heard me doing this.
Nope.
No, and he has it because he's been diligently CMSing
And listening to podcasts that aren't ours.
So I walk up right next to him. Hey, Henry! And like fucking jumps. And headphones fly out of his ears, and it was amusing.
Did you piss your pee-pee? I don't know. I'm just curious.
Is this the antagonizing Henry segment?
No.
Let's not start that.
Now, Henry's your chance to flip it on
Because
Chris.
earlier this week
Henry's
I saw your ass guard.
Henry's wonderful at that because he's a strong reaction to everything.
But Henry, you
angry,
have a
happy, scared.
You can come back and flip this on Chris, I believe. Don't you have
yes,
some
I
kind of
have
story.
What?
I have a funny story about Chris. Well, so
What happened?
apparently, we all had a little trouble adjusting to the new podcast structure.
Oh my god!
After last night, or after the last record on Monday night, we went out for pizza, and Chris's tolerance for alcohol apparently wasn't as good on Mondays.
No,
as
I went out. I
Wednesday.
went out and I bought strong Lagunitas beer after we went out and drank.
Ooh, that is
and
a
went home
strong
and
beer.
watched almost 2 Tron movies.
So
after we did all that drinking.
So the next day, I run into Chris's girlfriend, and she says that Chris was like up all night, like thrashing in his sleep, and like punched her at one point in her sleep.
man.
He was in bad shape just from doing a podcast on a Monday.
I apparently
night terrors.
I went
Yeah.
to piss. I don't remember this at all. I went to piss and then I just came back in. And we all know we have our sides of the bed.
Yeah.
Apparently, Lady Subconscious didn't give
Do
a
you
shit about
sleep
that.
against the wall, or does Heidi have that
Yeah,
spot?
because she get like someone comes to the door, she's attacked first.
Right,
Helps.
okay.
It helps.
Like when you walk on the street, you walk on the wall side.
Okay,
On the
well, not when we sleep. She's going to take that fall. I do it on the street. That's just being a gentleman. This is
Walk
just smart
outside of
thinking.
her.
But I just went to go piss and like just jumped like into bed on top of this poor, much smaller girl. And don't remember it at all. Poor lady. Wait.
So she's having trouble getting used to the new podcast. The
So are we.
structure as
We're
well.
still going long.
I remember that night. I wasn't on the podcast, but I went out to smoke later that night, and I heard you and Tyler Wilde upstairs laughing.
You
so-
came upstairs, and then I
Yeah.
turned off the middle of Tron Legacy after already having watched the original Tron on Blu-ray, and then we put on Scott Pilgrim. And I made it to the third boyfriend. I'm like,
Tyler Wilde stuck it out with me all the way to the end. We watched the whole thing. It was like 3 a.m. by the time it was done.
Good shit. Good shit.
Crazy night.
This is bringing back Tyler Wilde reviewed a game. You just talked about Portal. New authoring tools are coming out.
That's right.
And Charlie Barrett has an article going up about Portal Easter eggs.
Oh, it's really cool.
It's really cool, and this isn't spoilery, but come on, who's not through the game already?
Well,
These aren't super spoilery.
But there are,
Yes.
No, not the ones I took.
yours.
His article
Okay,
might be,
yes.
not the ones
The
we
article
took.
is super spoilery.
Because there's a door, a couple doors you can hit and hear extra Cave Johnson dialogue.
If you're allergic to peanuts, you might want to tell somebody now, because this next test may turn your blood into peanut water for a few minutes. On the bright side, if we can make this happen, they're going to have to invent a new type of Nobel Prize to give us, so hang in there.
I did hear that one while I played.
I think one of my favorite quotes of his when you first go into the bouncing, when they introduce the bouncing blue jellies, like, now just so you know, the other guys got the placebo. They tried jumping and didn't work.
Didn't work.
A couple guys broke their legs.
Broke the legs, irreparably shattered their.
They keep telling me not to tell
Just
you.
got blue paint.
They keep telling me to tell them they're not a control group, but fuck it.
I pay the bills, right?
If you're listening, get back to work.
It's great, and I don't consider this a spoiler because I did this just instinctually. You're on that conveyor belt with things going to the trash.
Yeah.
I believe the voiceover says this to you.
Please do not engage with turrets heading towards redemption.
They call it redemption. They're going towards the fire, and there's one turret clearly alive with his laser pointing. You pick him up. You get.
Is he still alive, Chris?
I do not.
You can tell. You can tell he's still alive because it says indifferent.
But I didn't. I got the achievement and just dropped him. And if you hold on to him,
Yeah, I dropped him.
this is. I won't even play the whole clip, but it's 35 seconds of spoiler territory.
Don't make lemonade.
Lemons.
Prometheus was punished by the gods for giving the gift of knowledge to man. He was cast into the bowels of the earth and picked by birds.
Not really a spoiler.
It won't be enough.
I'm on clip.
The answer is beneath us. Her name is Carolyn.
Any more?
Remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not. Did anybody else pick it up and get the achievement and just
I picked
drop
it up.
immediately?
That's like an in-game spoiler.
I picked it up and then like just jumped over to like a catwalk where it was safe and just put it down there and then went
But if you
on
can
in.
hear by the sound, it's a conveyor belt. That's you leaving the area. You have to hold it a long time, almost to where you're sliding to certain death when he says, Carolyn. Remember that. Remember that. Another cool thing is Gladys. Gladys says something to you.
Wait, this next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There. If you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion.
Guess what?
If you slow that down,
There's something being said. Wait, let me see if I have the right one. There it is.
And methodically knocking people's hats off. Then I account it high time to get to sea as soon as I can.
Alright, so hope you enjoyed it.
That was clearly a YouTube video, but not my own doing. That's what mine sounded like.
Moby Dick, isn't it?
It's from Moby Dick, which is cute. Which is cute.
They're all fucking smart and being pretentious and shit.
Yeah, man, it went over my head, so now I'm pissed.
Wait,
So apparently, if you enter that sound into one of those image converting things that Valve did a couple months ago, you will see pictures. They did it again.
One of them is a companion cube on the moon.
On the moon. I don't have any idea what that relates to.
It's a really great feature.
Yeah.
I had so much fun flipping through it.
I couldn't believe they put so many secrets in that game.
Is it live? God damn,
Yes,
Charlie, he never tells me anything.
It is up on the site.
It is up on the site right
dicks,
now.
I had one more, but now it's gone.
It went up Wednesday, and it's now Friday, so enjoy.
And Henry, we got to close this shit out. Henry, you had a feature. You had a feature go up in the meantime.
Yeah,
I'll say.
Boy, I hope it's live now. But yeah, I read a book. It's
Whoa!
I don't believe you.
Was it a comic book?
No, it was prose. But now that I finished it, I'm going to go straight back to comics.
What is?
But
what's
it's
the
a
deal?
book called. It's a book regrettably called "All Your Base Are Belong to Us." Written by Harold Goldberg. It's instead of I've read a lot of books about the history of video games, but this is actually more about the behind the scenes, how games were made, and it's just like how just more about the personalities, which is what I really liked. And so
I want you to tell me your top two.
Well, yeah, so I did instead of just doing a plain old book review, I wanted to tell
for Book It to go to Pizza Hut.
That's right,
Henry. Man, we get a personal pan pizza that'll almost satiate one of us.
But instead, I just I wrote about my 6 favorite moments. But
you give me two.
Let me mention 2. The first one is was the first thing I turned to when I opened the book. Like I just flipped to page 80 something, and then it was quote, "Fuck that and fuck you guys. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it fucking right." And that was John Madden talking to the EA guys where they were making the first Madden football, and like they were so shocked because he, as far as they know, he was the Miller Lite guy and the Ace Hardware guy.
Man, bullshit. Boom. Fucking stop eating for a second to tell you guys that your game is crap.
and he said it was crap. He said it was crap because they took it to him and they're like, well, we can only get 8 guys on each team on the field at a time, not the full team. And he's like, fuck it. Yeah, this is not real football.
And he said
Fuck
with
you
his
guys.
mouth full, what? That is not why Cassius checked. Get the fuck off my buff, young man.
But then they stuck with it for another year and made it right, and they've all been rich ever since.
And John Madden was pleased.
Fucking NBA Jam should have been Dick Vitale's NBA Jam. More than Madden should be Madden football.
Well, Midway wasn't as into.
I want to play. I want to play the new Vitale. That should have fucking happened.
So funny if Vitale was.
Take over! Like that guy was way better.
I guess my second favorite story is one I had read before, but just it was the most detailed account of just how that Donkey Kong was originally a Popeye game, which was very interesting to me. That Miyamoto was just a wannabe manga artist whose family was a friend, whose family were friends with Yamauchi, the owner of Nintendo, and then just as a favor, he interviewed Miyamoto and was like, "Yeah, you can be some art guy here, whatever." And then they were just stuck with a bunch of arcade machines called Radar Scope that nobody wanted. And Miyamoto just decided, hey, I've got an idea. What if we did a Popeye game? And the concept was basically the same. Mario was Popeye. The hammer was spinach. Bluto was Donkey Kong, and Pauline was Olive Oil. And at the time, they had made Popeye Game & Watch games. But because their license had run out, they couldn't do. They just had to make something up, and so that's why Mario even exists, because they just couldn't do Popeye.
We can't do a Popeye ripoff. It has to be a King Kong ripoff.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the arcade machine I will buy. By the way, I will buy the Popeye.
The Popeye one,
maybe this year.
Eventually, Miyamoto lived his dream to create a Popeye machine.
Yes,
or Popeye video
which plays Donkey Kong information. I believe
really?
they switched them out. That's why I want to buy.
Are you going to shop around for it at Cal Extreme this year?
I did, because I found gameplay from this undeveloped game.
Oh yeah!
Indeed.
It's banana peels as far as the eye can see.
Weird. If you don't want to see him die.
And I'm so glad you had that ready for that.
All right. Yeah, exactly. We're good at this, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's right, because you new listeners, just leave, because the next segment is going to be all for the old listeners. You don't want to hear it. Just go away. Just go the fuck away. But I will say some game deals, some things you can find cheaply.
More game deals?
And we're going to answer some questions about the new show and see what new segments come about. Right. Left.
It takes your mind again. Exile. It takes your mind again. You got suckers luck.
You lead me through this. Hi, what's my name?
John DiMaggio.
That's right, and you're listening to
TalkRadar.
TalkRadar.
At GamesRadar.
At GamesRadar.com.
.com, yes.
That's right, I got it.
Bring it on, sucker. This my kind of shit.
Sir, put the device down and put your hands behind your head.
Whoa, but it's just my 3DS.
What? That doesn't explain why you're standing outside a preschool and peering in the window.
I'm just trying to meet new friends via 3DS Street Pass.
Street Pass?
This is Nintendo 3DS. Street Pass is our name for enhanced automatic local area connection between Nintendo 3DS devices, even when they're in sleep mode.
Oh, a Kirby hat. What does your personal greeting say?
I got candy.
Nintendo 3DS. It's a game changer.
TalkRadar, bitches.
All of a sudden, I could feel 100% evil come over me.
I'm going to GamesRadar.com, the official website of the internet.
Can you dig it?
$152, segment 2, the final I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you know what I fucking missed? I have to do this. I didn't do it because I've been meaning to make a Nolan North watch sound effect. Yes, we were all well aware that Nolan North is in Portal 2. And you can see him in the Adventure Core. I'm not going to
What's
say
the situation? Oh, hey, hiya, pretty lady. Name's Rick. So
that is not Nathan Fillion. It's Nolan North.
Kinda close to Fillion.
Can't say where.
So, speaking of Nathan Fillion, we were going through the Netflix queue last night, and I clicked on one of those, why did you make a sequel to this crappy sci-fi movie? I can't remember what it was.
White Noise.
Yes,
it was White
that's
Noise.
what it was.
He's in the direct-to-video sequel.
And I was like, wow, White Noise 2, really? And I click on it.
Was Michael Keaton too expensive?
Yes, I saw White Noise in the theater because that's the time period where I saw a movie every fucking week. But I will say of that movie, the ending, Michael Keaton dies so fucking hard It's the hardest I've seen any
That's a spoiler.
like named actor of note at all die horribly in a movie. Like the degree of pain and suffering.
Not a
and
named
it happens
actor.
very quickly, and I'm like, what?
My favorite. Only Nagata saw this with me. To Live and Die in L.A.
Oh,
holy
yeah.
shit! That is one of my favorite movies ever. And you want to watch the main protagonist eat shit hard for no reason. For no reason, it just happens. Game deals. Wait, hey, look at that new game deal. God, do we ever stop rewarding you guys?
It's a double game deal.
A
double dong of game deals.
Yes, a double-sided game deal. Henry, let's go ask Daz here. Amazon has two 3DS games. Buy any two 3DS games. And it doesn't say any two, but any 3DS game you've heard of. You buy two, which is pathetic.
Yeah,
you get $25 off. So it almost makes it worthwhile.
Almost free.
That's still $65.
I don't know. Ghost Recon's good.
Yeah.
Is
what else
it?
did you get? It's Goonies good enough.
Bust a Move.
No. That game is terrible. But on Amazon, you can also get $20 credit on pre-ordering Fear 3, Madden 12, Green Lantern, and Gears of War 3. Good shit. Toys R Us.
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us.
PS3.
Stop saying that.
Toys R Us. Rock Band 3.
Why are you looking at me like
$9.
The disc only.
What?
$9.
Still pretty good.
$9. That is clearance price. Poor Harmonix.
Did you know no Rock Band's coming out this year?
I hope so. Yeah. Jesus.
They're taking a year off just like Guitar Hero.
Let it go.
They should take 5 years off.
Yeah.
But they're still releasing
and
new
I love
songs.
Rock Band, but
yes, but you can just deliver songs, man. There's nothing else I want.
The idea of having like a every few months playing a bunch of Rock Band at someone's house still sounds very appealing to me. But the idea of buying a new fucking game every year is not.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Once you hit the guitar,
because they built their system like we don't want to do that at all, and they had to.
They were forced to.
They had to.
Boy, I wonder how much money they lost on Beatles. I wonder.
I don't think. I
heard it wasn't. It was not.
I think they had to pay a lot of money up front.
Yeah.
And there was
the amount of money they had to cost, and it didn't sell as well as any of the other rock bands.
It didn't,
as far as I know.
No.
Love
that game though.
I read the news today. Oh boy,
Henry, look what you did there. You're amazing.
I think there were probably there's probably a better Beatles quote.
Help!
Don't let me down. Oops. No.
Octopus.
That was a great fucking moment for me at the end when we were playing on top of Abbey Road.
Oh my god, I was so bored that entire fucking.
Sorry. As a minor Beatles fan, that really fucking got to me. Their last performance ever, is their last tier of songs.
I really enjoyed the early stuff in the first Dingy Club. I liked that, and then I liked the stuff with all the Dreamscape stuff. Everything else, I was kind of like. The fucking arena, hold your hand stuff is like some of the worst shit I've ever heard.
All right.
Anyway, my opinion on this is no.
It's the PS3 and Wii version for Rock Band 3 at Toys R Us, not the 360 version. That one's still selling through the roof. I see Fry's Pirates of the Caribbean Lego version for $34.99, which is very cheap. If you like that kind of
360 PS3 one, I guess.
Maybe.
Where's even a Fry's anymore? Where do you find those?
You buy LA Noir.
At
Kmart. $20 credit in store only.
What exclusive thing does it come with?
I want to say the blue light.
I was gonna say it comes with the blue light.
There's already lots of blue lights in that game. I'll just say.
Uh-oh.
Well, I bought it. I'm getting $15 on Amazon, and also some sort of detective suit of some kind. I think down there.
Does it come with a funny hat?
Michael is showing us something.
What
funny.
a wonderful! Is that going in the article?
Oh my god! Probably not.
Oh,
maybe we'll put it on next.
So maybe Michael will Twitter it. If he doesn't, send it to me, and I'll do so once the embargo goes up. You like L.A. Noir? Yes or no?
I like it a lot.
He gave me a very cute answer earlier. Do you like? I like it.
Yeah,
a lot. A lot. It was just a genuine reaction. I think really
my attention was split between you and the game.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no guile there.
But you had to put a sting on it. No. A lot. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I have to clarify. There's a lot of like here.
Best Buy has Infamous for $9. Infamous 1, $9.
Yeah.
Michael, would you recommend I buy Infamous and play it?
It's awesome. Yes. Whatever. I love it. I love Infamous.
I still haven't played Prototype
It's
yet.
all right.
I think Infamous holds up a little better than Prototype.
You think?
Prototype lets you do more, but Infamous has a better story, a better shell. And the second one...
When does Infamous 2 come out? Is it this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So week of E3.
Yeah, actually, it's like the first day of E3.
Oh.
What?
That's just a terrible week to release games.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, also, and I feel bad for the Sucker Punch too, because they tried having a beta during PSN shutdown.
Oh my God! Really?
They
I saw
would
someone
be running a beta right
Someone
now.
tweeted on topic of the PSN outage that someone retweeted someone who was saying like they work at a retail store, and like the PS3 trade-in values are on the verge of collapsing because like. It's been a month. It's been almost a month, and this fucking advertised feature and the ability to communicate with the outside world is gone.
It sounds like now's a great time to buy a used PS3.
Oh,
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Silver lining.
Said like a Sony fanboy.
That is true, though. If you don't have
Said
one,
like a realist who knows PSN is going to come back on eventually.
Yes, with a shitload of incentives for you to get back on.
Yeah. I can't wait to use PlayStation Plus for a month.
Speaking of PS3, at Best Buy is Uncharted 2 Game of the Year edition for $20.
Yeah, if you
good shit.
have yet to not play
that is the more expensive version down to budget price. It's a good deal. And I also see on Xbox Live this week there's 50% off 2K DLC content, Mafia 2, BioShock, Borderlands. Everything, every piece of DLC pack from them is 50% off.
Minerva's Den is definitely worth the $5 they're charging for it now.
Wouldn't know, but game
that's the BioShock 2
worth for buddy.
That's the BioShock 2 DLC.
I remember looking at it, but it was like what, 2 modes, like.
No, Minerva's Den is like a single-player adventure. Like it's a 2-hour chunk of BioShock 2.
Did anyone buy the Castlevania DLC?
I forgot to finish the game.
I really want the second wave of DLC. I think is the one that it picks up after the ending, and I really have to play that because that fucking ending.
It's not entirely clear if it picks up after the ending or if it picks up after the first ending and before the second one, and explains what happens to bring about the second one.
Confused.
Lore.
Could be either.
Lore.
I'll play it either way.
Oh man, speaking of ridiculous endings, have you guys seen the ending to Conduit 2? Oh my god.
It is fantastic.
It's so great.
It is one of the best endings ever.
Yeah.
Can we spoil this? How long will it take to spoil it?
Just a sec. Well, you played it. You should.
Well, I want to tell people to skip ahead. Don't yawn to the microphone, Tyler. It makes it seem uninteresting.
It could take like a minute.
A minute.
If anyone is concerned with Conduit 2 spoilers, fucking
skip 2 minutes. And I'm just saying, the 1 or 2 of you listening for the first time.
Well, just to cut to the chase, you kill John Adams, the big bad guy, and then
Paul Giamatti,
the John Adams.
He is maybe. It's not entirely clear. It's like, oh, is this the President John Adams who's really
Paul
been an
Giamatti.
immortal alien the whole time, or what?
Fucking John Adams.
But anyway, you kill him, and like his soul flies away and activates something in deep space, and then like this giant portal, this like giant Stargate thing opens up, and these figures start walking through it, and then they walk into the light. And it's like wearing fucking Gears of War style power armor is like Abraham Lincoln, George Washington with the wig. I think Teddy Roosevelt's in there.
All of the dollar bills.
And a bunch of presidents.
Lincoln is wearing the hat, by the way.
That's right.
I thought I saw him wearing the hat.
So yeah,
It wasn't, but it's been a while since I've seen that.
But and then the Conduit dude's reaction is like, "You guys are here to help you," or something. When they say something,
they're like, "We're here to help."
Yeah, then that's the ending. That's
the ending of the franchise.
Or come with us. We're here to help. Something like that.
And then they fight zombies.
And spoiler. I shouldn't say. What the fuck are we supposed to do now? Where does this podcast go? I don't know.
Phone calls already?
Yeah, phone
question
calls.
of the week?
We also have question of the week. You want to just do that?
To last week's question.
Yes. Last week's it was a question mark. Like, what would you like to see from a new show? And you guys were
kids were really scared of that because the title of 150 was the beginning of the end. We couldn't reveal what the question of the week was because it would reveal the surprise announcement at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
So
we titled it beginning of the end because, well, one, I'm really worried that nobody cares anymore if it's twice a week.
Well, I think those 1,000 comments prove people care.
They almost made 1,000 comments.
It's over 1,000.
Is it just now?
Today.
I'm go to them on Twitter so many times.
I tweeted the 1,000th comment.
Did you?
Which was, "I have a Metroid on my ass," in all caps.
Awesome.
Got 1,000 comments. Now, the question after that is, there's just enough room for 4 digits in the comments box. Now, do we have a Final Fantasy style comment box that only allows 9999? Or can we go to 10,000 comments?
We can go 10. I don't know.
I don't care what you put in there now. Just go nuts. Let's see if it can go to 10,000.
Seriously.
Yeah, let's see if we can break it. Like,
I want to know, like,
breaks.
Like, I really want to know, does it break? Does it push the box out of the... No, I just want to know what happens.
What did our question of the week last week break down to? Like, what would you want to see from a show twice a week?
Yeah.
And everybody was outrageously positive and cool. The biggest drawback was like, this episode isn't numbered, and like people were fucking angry about that. I get that. I get that because like, remember in 151, like remember in 89, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's easy to say, but I just thought it'd be more convenient and less confusing. Because now those milestones don't mean anything.
Well, when you double up, it's just like when Amazing Spider-Man came out three times a month.
It's exactly like that.
And they went up to issue 600 so fast. Like, 600 almost didn't matter.
It's exactly like that. We're at episode 200. That'll be in fucking 3 months. Like what?
It'll be in like 6 months.
It'll be like 3 months.
It'll be 50. It'll still be 50 weeks.
All right.
Well, no, 25 weeks.
There you go.
25 weeks.
There you go. I don't know. Fine.
And you won't number the E3 week podcast.
No, under no circumstances. But
no one had a problem with that.
The question of the week was like, what would you like to see from a further show? And the phone calls should reflect that, because that was the thing everybody seemed to want to get rid of.
A lot of people weren't fans of phone calls. Yeah.
They drag on. I mean,
do.
It sucks because we want to play your phone calls, but then when we play like 10 in a row.
I found a solution, which also means phone calls will suffer this week. But Mushu says the forum community loves getting involved, speculating, arguing, and doing photoshops. It is probably your greatest asset. That would be at risk if the relevancy time of any contribution is reduced by a couple of days. Good point.
Well, that's why when I put together the page for the Tuesday one, I actually included one Photoshop just because I used a Batman 52731 as the content stream image. But other than that, I did not include any fan things. Because I figured the Friday one should be the fan appreciation one.
Fan Friday.
Well, I don't know about that either. I think we'll focus on a lot of the fan stuff in the Friday one, but I want it to be a normal show. That's why we did everything we did this week. We did news. We did a bunch of like new games previews, sound effects you can't hear anywhere else. Blasto, you ready for this? To nag? I think there needs to be more Tyler Nagata. Ooh. A lot more, in fact. I think you should give him his own segment. And to that I say,
perfect.
Ta-da!
Well, thank you. That was a really kind comment. And I've also been getting a lot of nice, kind private messages to Games Radar, Tyler Nagata. Is that how we?
I don't know.
Just like here and there, it's like, oh, you should come on the podcast.
Oh, but Charlie's totally lost to us. He's just gone.
Sorry, guys. He could have been on today.
Sorry, guys. He's probably still outside.
No, he probably wanted to go home early because he stayed late the last 2 days capturing stuff for his feature today.
Which was excellent. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Bone Picker says, I hope you guys focus on more game news for the earlier show and just features, nerd culture blowout on the Friday show. See, this is where I'm confused, because I think the news is more important to talk about in the middle to the end of the week.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of news that comes out on Saturday through Monday.
Yeah, no, Tuesday, I think we proved that I liked in our Tuesday pilot episode, since it posts on Tuesday, and that's when new games come out, but that's when we talk about new games.
Yeah, by the time it posts, like, hopefully people who review new games will be able to talk about new games they're reviewing right then.
But I bet Michael will not talk about L.A. Noire at all next week.
No?
I bet that
that's probably not going to happen.
No.
It's probably not going to happen. He's
Too bad.
But next week, Tuesday, you could. Wait, what?
He's doing that on another podcast. He's talking all about it on another podcast.
He's calling into Giant Bomb.
I've got Dave
Better podcast.
Better podcast. I see.
The higher quality of people.
Everything hurts right now. Everything.
Higher quality of
8-Bit Baby says, the thing I want is more of you guys reflecting on some of the articles that you post on GR, which I don't think we've done a lot of lately. It seems that you guys never talk a lot about stuff that gets posted on the site. Some, but not a lot. But I tried to do that today.
Yeah.
Before reading your comment. Like, I'm desperate for content. And we were talking about things that might come back. Flynn MX says more news stories. A new user. Look at that. New user. Skull Kid says more dreams, sketches, and fireworks. Lots and lots of fireworks. That can all happen.
I'll try my best to write sketches every week on top of my other work.
There you go.
Sketches are tough.
I might have written a sketch in the middle of the segment. I don't know. But more dreams next week for sure.
I'll make sure to have a dream for you.
No, I have someone. I have someone coming on from another outlet to talk a bit about dreams and these. It fucking creeps me
From
out,
Dream
dude.
Radar?
No.
The EIC?
No, someone who's never been on the show.
The
Dreamnancy?
Someone, a girl. That's never been on the show.
Girl?
A girl.
That sounds like
a dame.
I hear they have vaginas.
The dame. Don't scare her away. I think she does listen on occasion.
I'm sorry.
Hank Venture says mixing up the groups. Also very possible in future shows.
I thought it was really fun when Carolyn hosted.
I didn't like that so much.
Really?
I wasn't even here.
You didn't listen to it.
I don't know. Angry Scotsman and Lumberjack Boz. I hope the tangents remain.
Mm-hmm.
Did they go anywhere today? Did they go anywhere on one?
Well, there was the Dream Team tangent.
The Dream Team.
It was
I brought a movie
ballin'.
with Michael Keaton and Christopher Lloyd. No one in the world will mention the Dream Team ever again. But you want to know why I mentioned it? That VHS came with our first VCR. Yes.
That reminds me of getting Addams Family at McDonald's and then never opening it.
You remember buying Raiders of the Lost Ark at McDonald's as well? They sold
got
all the
Back to
Indiana
the
Jones
Future
for like
from
$3.
I remember buying an episode of Ninja Turtles at Burger King.
There were 4 tapes.
Yeah.
Four
I remember
tapes.
that.
I got Sky Turtles.
That's the one I didn't have.
Did we close out with
I remember
Coming Out of
thinking
Your
it was
Shells?
terrible.
Man, you guys got cool stuff from McDonald's. I just got Garfield glasses.
That's
Yeah.
if you lived in Hawaii.
I loved my Garfield.
Which I
glasses.
go thrifting almost every weekend just on accident, and that's like the main thing I buy is those shitty McDonald's cartoon glasses. I just bought up Camp Snoopy glasses out the
I
ass.
still have the Garfield glasses at my parents' house.
It's great
Yeah,
because I know
me too.
when my girlfriend dumps me, she's not going to take those. Like they'll just be mine. I will have-
But aren't they yours now?
I will say, but I'll have.
When she leaves,
Is she
she's-
putting
I've
her
learned-
girl
I've
germs
learned-
on your
I've learned in several situations when I break up with somebody who lives with me, the dishes are going to go away. I'll have
When
nothing. I'll have nothing to hold liquids. I'll have to hold my head under the faucet and maybe drink out of my
What
only
did you do
bowl.
before she lived there?
It doesn't matter. Eating is for the weak.
when she
I have
leaves,
things to do.
when she leaves, she'll
Yes,
say,
it's
"You
because
can-
you're
you can
weak
keep
to
the-"
hunger.
I have things to do.
When she leaves, she'll say, "You can keep the cartoon crap. That's all you care about."
Yeah, pretty much. That's what happened last time.
little too soon, Henry.
No, not too soon. Fuck her. Anyway,
Wait, whoa!
not
Oh,
the new
the
one.
other one.
No,
The old
the fucking 07 model. That one. I'm done with.
Yeah, I don't like her.
I'm done with that one.
Great save.
I'm
Bases covered.
Booble Drop says book reviews. The first episode of the week should be nothing but book reviews and Muppets.
I can
want
review a couple
book reviews
books.
read by Muppets.
Oh, that I can.
Anybody do a good Muppet impression?
You were doing
Well,
me as the Swedish chef earlier today.
As Joe McNeely repeatedly told us, he's friends with Frank Oz. so
Jesus Christ!
maybe
Heard
it could
that
work
story
out.
so many goddamn times.
No. I did talk to a
never
guy
hear
who's
this.
next door neighbors with fucking Dave Goals, Gonzo.
Wow.
He lives next to Gonzo.
Remember when we were at PAX East and I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy who was representing Telltale Games, and he was like, "Yeah, I auditioned to be a Muppet arm."
Yeah.
like,
He's like nonchalant about it. Like, I did that once or twice. Like,
And you mentioned the
Will
Christmas.
you sign my arm?
he knew everything, and
Yeah.
he's like, no, it's just business, man. I know everything about the Muppets. Like, I know.
And he was like, "Yeah, you have to keep your arm vertical for 8 hours a day," and I didn't have the stamina to do this. And, but yeah, I auditioned as Grover and blah blah blah, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I actually spent a lot of Monday night watching the saddest Muppet songs from the show.
God damn!
One of
Why?
my favorite. Well, it all started because you may remember at that movie at the Midnight for Maniacs we went to. It had Bugsy Malone trailer.
Bugsy Malone.
Bugsy Malone.
Bugsy Malone.
And all the music is done by Paul Williams,
Paul
who
Williams.
wrote a ton of
A
Muppet
Muppet
music.
movie, Muppet Show, Emmett Otter. He did all the Emmett Otter.
Yeah.
Emmett Otter.
And so then I watched one of his songs, which is the only version I ever
But
found
he's
is
also
the Muppet Show.
He's the bad guy in Phantom of the Paradise, and
wow.
he's Little Ennis in Smokey and the Bandit. He's an awesome human being.
But he's also it's a sad situation because he was a songwriter in the 70s, but he's hideous. He doesn't look good.
He's just short.
So he can't be a star. No, he has
Okay,
a weird
wait.
curl to his
What was the name
mouth.
of the movie you just said?
What?
Phantom of the.
Phantom of the Paradise?
That sounds like a fucking Game Loft game.
Stop it. Don't you dare.
I just want to see, what is it, Matilda, the fucking kangaroo
What's
movie?
the song? This is Ralph.
Of course, Ralph.
Tickling the Ivories.
I was going to say, it's when I go play cards at the saloon.
That's how a lot of Paul Williams songs sound.
Throw it back, sarsaparilla.
Get to the point, Ralph.
Sad song that used to be our song.
Dude, he's as tall as Ralph.
One you just played.
All right, Henry, talk about your sad song experience.
Well, so then I listened to a bunch of them and watched the Linda Ronstadt episode, the Liza Minnelli episode.
In Toys R Us, they would play Muppet Show songs, and one of them began with a dialogue between Kermit opening the door. What's over here? And he opens the door. Linda Ronstadt.
And then the crowd went, yes! I can't believe it, the crowd that isn't there.
And they talk for like a minute before the song starts that they're singing in the overhead PA of a fucking...
cycle through that every day.
Yes! Linda Ronstadt!
I do love that song. I do. I love it quite a bit.
Did you feel like you're in Groundhog Day?
My emotion left me blind.
Keep going, bro.
A fool I left behind, an angel's glow.
God, Paul Williams looks amazing.
Play
in
it.
this. He's wearing
One
pedophile
more
sunglasses.
That's sympathy.
Let's do anything else.
Right.
Anything, really.
Well, they wanted tangents. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, man.
And tangent done. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go off on a tangent from this tangent. So,
What more?
Sure, I just
I'm
looked
sure
up
he has more answers.
Muppet Beatles songs. There, all the clicking.
But first, to get things started, we
Anyway, on the next page, I'll say Gruber7693 says sketches. Sketches. You might have heard one. Juice and Pancakes. He'll keep listening.
Juice and Pancakes.
He'll keep listening only if Matt Keys gets to make his own podcast, The Supernatural Hour.
Ooh.
I agree that Griff wants stronger booze in the new podcasts. I don't disagree. Phantom of the Crank Corps, gonna miss the drunken rambling. Did it really go anywhere? Ninja Dev Bear, if it means more Keist, more Grimm, more Nagata, or more Carolyn, I'm all for it.
I will say this episode started remarkably sober. And then
this is like my fifth beer.
About 40 minutes in, it got better. We should have saved the. We should have saved the Shadows of the Dam. We should have shaved the podcast and then saved Shadows of the Dam.
You want to just do it again?
Yeah, let's start over.
All right.
Just start it all over.
Here we go.
So Shadows of the Dam, you have this floating skull, and its name is Johnson.
What? Johnson?
And there's a bunch of dick jokes like Johnson, One-Eyed Willie, and Big Boner is the name of your guy.
Wait, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Is it Boner or Big Boner?
Big.
We're going to start over. Hold on.
Okay,
new
good.
show. Anyway.
All right.
That song still gives me a little bit of goosebumps as it builds up.
It should.
Johnson, what the hell is that thing?
Holy cow!
Shadow of the Damned, I'm telling you.
So many sounds on top of each other.
No, even I'm annoyed. We have new users: Bullet Swine, Kua Sandruo,
So racist.
Pure Darkness, Barbed Wire, Tino, Wolfman 3000, Sexual Tyrannosaurus, Arus 13, Old Man Light, and Death Metal Bacon. Beautiful name.
Well, Chris, I saw a lot of comments asking for more Hank's Corner too.
Was it a lot or two?
I think it was at least 4.
Well,
I saw
one of them was from me.
in Soviet Russia.
Another one was Hank's mom.
Dates for Call Brett Elston says in all caps, I want to see you guys spend 2 hours talk about what you guys are playing.
He was joking.
I know he's joking.
Sarcasm much?
Yeah. We have a new question of the Wick.
And I realized that our comments are apparently so broken that people can't comment on our page.
Well, the captures are not
I
nice.
guess it's what it is.
They're not nice, but you can't refresh them, and they don't get any better. New question of the week. Do you have a favorite Easter egg from a game? Because if it's audio related, I'll try and find it next week.
Yeah, that would be preferred, actually.
I have been busy, and I'm going to do this as a light tease. Let's say as little about it as possible. I'm just saying TalkRadar the movie.
Wait a minute. That's it? That's all you're going to say?
Yes.
That's it?
For right now.
It could totally fail.
But how am I going to go to sleep tonight?
I don't know. I have to talk to the director tomorrow.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Gravy.
Anyway, we already have the posters. We're good. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Graboids.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But your
who's
favorite
gonna
Easter
start this?
Easter egg. Easter egg-ify. I'm gonna cheat, but it is an Easter egg. Fucking Yoshi in Mario 64 blew my fucking mind. Not knowing he was there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And you're gonna do it? I'm gonna leave this on the throne now. What? And if I had my Mario sound effects queued up, why not World instead of everything else?
I knew you were good.
I saw Yoshi! He gave me 120 lives!
Which is so
If only the
useful
rest of the game had done that for me. But there's tons of games with Easter eggs. Like Metal Gear is wrought with Easter eggs. And clearly there's something in a Blizzard game or a StarCraft game.
Well, I did find...
Or both.
This is sort of a World of Warcraft anime reference.
Let's do it.
There's this anime series I really love. I recommend it to all you guys. It's called Gurren Lagann.
Oh. What, say it again?
Gurren Lagann.
Does that translate to anything?
It's on Hulu Instant, I just saw.
I think it
really?
translates to I will never watch that.
Yes.
It's really good.
Or pubeless dick.
I'm serious. It's really good.
Pubes are hard to draw.
Yeah.
But there's this sort of like song that plays every time that something cool is about to happen, and the main characters are about to overcome adversity or whatever. And there's a series of WoW quests that goes along with the sound with the verse in the song.
I think I had that song. My bad. This is just the Dragon Ball Z Japanese intro. But I do like he would teach...
Sung by the Lucky Star person.
If I could teach a dinosaur to ride a ball, I would. I do love Headshell. Anybody else with a favorite Easter egg?
I'm trying to think of something, but...
I've got one.
Odds are you haven't played a game, Elston. I want to hear from Henry. He's the real gamer.
He'll probably go first.
Well, one of my favorites was playing Super Mario RPG and happening upon Link sleeping in bed.
Yeah,
that was a really cool one.
I had to try and track down those screens of like Samus and Link in that game. That game is phenomenal, by the way. It's still really fucking good.
Yeah, I prefer Paper Mario to it, but Paper Mario is like one of my favorite games ever.
I don't, because that was very serious about being an RPG, whereas some of that was let go into the
Paper Mario wanted to simplify it a bit. Yes,
but the other ones, like, they got rid of some of the RPG elements, and that one was really fucking...
I know, but they all ended up giving us Bowser's Inside Story and Superstar
really
Saga,
good.
which are both very good.
Such a good game.
Yeah, I'm behind that.
The things that come to my mind were like finding out that like we already played the Zelda whistle music was in Mario 3. Like that was a great like Nintendo referencing itself from like 1989.
Come on. That is where the sound effect used to be. Which I replaced.
And then one of the first other things that really kind of really blew my mind about hiding something like that in the game was Chun-Li in Breath of Fire. Knowing that Capcom would hide that.
Did you just discover that on your own?
I must have seen it in like EGM or something, or Nintendo Power maybe, but I definitely did it and then walked in the room and was like, oh my god, it's Chun-Li.
I always loved the references to Sam and Max, and specifically Max the Rabbit that LucasArts would used to put into its games for whatever reason. Like there was one in fucking Shadows of the Empire where there's like, here's just a giant like Max head that's all silvery and you can grab it while you're on your hover cycle or whatever that thing's called.
Oh right, the bike.
Yeah,
it's a cool fucking toy, by the way.
Yeah. And there's like one in Day of the Tentacle where he's got a powdered wig in a portrait and he's Max Addicts.
It also reminds me of they kind of count, but I mean I guess you would find them inevitably, but fucking like Spider-Man and Tony Hawk and like
and
Spider-Man the first Punisher game.
Yeah. And really, like...
Or Punisher in the first PlayStation Spider-Man game.
That happened too?
Yeah.
My. Yeah. Or Spider-Man in the Shinobi game. Let's rerun. The last
That's not really an Easter egg, though. That's just a boss that shows up.
Don't ever correct me like that in front of the listeners again, Michael.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry. I know there's no precedent for it.
In fact, Michael has an article called 55 awesome character cameos.
Oh yeah, I love that
yes.
article.
I knew I'd found the fucking Samus link for something before.
That was the first time I'd seen them in
You can
like
check that out
10
for
years.
inspiration if you want it. But yeah, let us know, gamesradar.com/forums.
But don't limit yourself to character cameos. It could
Yeah,
be sound,
anything.
music,
Especially if there's a sound. Yeah.
It could be non-existent Popeye noise.
I hope kids today are being shown Popeye is a timeless character.
There's a cartoon. Just type in Popeye.
Yeah, kids can still really relate to a sailor coming home from World War II.
It's unrelatable.
Hey,
Like,
he was coming home from World War One.
I know, but I never thought about that. But I bought the first Popeye collection, the 8th cartoon. Type in Popeye, something like "sleep baby," and like there's a baby trying to sleep, and everything that almost wakes the baby up, Popeye punches, including somebody playing a trumpet in their own house. Like, you mug, boom, and like he just. It was the solution to all problems, punching, and it makes it an awesome cartoon. It, like that Steven Seagal thing you laughed at a long time ago, and like, that was Popeye, man. Like he just punched people across they'll fly across the globe and come back and I'll punch him again.
Chris, it all makes sense when you realize that our grandparents' generation were all wife-beating alcoholics.
Yes, that also makes a lot of sense. And they had one eye.
He was usually only punching jerks who were jerkier than he was.
But that was the 8th cartoon, and none of them were jerks, but just like people going on their everyday lives. Oh, my truck backfired. Oh shit! Ow! And, like punch.
Clean Shaven Man is my favorite.
Clean Shaven Man. Those clips you heard today were from Blow Me Down. Blow Me Down, the colorized version. I apologize.
Have you seen the Robert Altman movie?
700,000 times. I love that.
That's
movie.
a thumbs up.
Oh,
even as a kid, it bored me.
Big time.
Really?
I heard in Italy that set is still there and a popular tourist attraction. I can't wait to fucking go to it's somewhere in Tuscany. The village is insane. It's like everything like Waterworld. What a shitty movie. Like Popeye has the exact same set.
It's fun. Well, as a kid, I didn't like it because I remembered Popeye cartoons as just him punching people, but at least the Fleischer ones were actually musicals. Like they sang all the time in them.
That's what was hard to find a clip of Popeye talking without music because he usually like muttered under his breath while things were happening.
I guess that's pretty good. Try this on for sure.
I guess that's pretty good for a Jew. Let's try this.
Same with the Popeye movie. Why did it have to be a fucking origin story? Like, who is not familiar with this character? Who is not going like, what the fuck is this? Why is he afraid of spinach? Why is he not hitting people all the time?
Every performance though is so good. Shirley Duvall.
Well, she was born to play olive oil.
Seriously, and the Bluto guy just.
And also,
that's all he did, and eat glass.
What's his face? Is Poop Deck Pappy? Like
you all made an apology. Like I even love that guy. I don't even know who the fuck. He's Olive Oil's dad. And
the Wimpy looks good.
He'll gladly pay someone Tuesday. You know,
for a podcast ending today.
Speaking of it's time for phone calls, and a lot of people hated these. But what I went ahead to do is pre-screen them. For good content. Ooh. And what that means is that I tried to pre-screened about a fifth of the actual phone calls and deleted the other ones.
Oh. No,
on accident.
No, yeah,
it's a thankless task. It takes forever. Sorry, guys.
I was saying, in joke form.
This is Fantastic Mr. Fox from the forums. I think it's a bad idea that the podcast should be shorter because I think the podcast is going to lose a lot of its personality without you guys drunk as hell.
Hello?
That always makes me laugh every time.
Right.
Chris can still get drunk in an hour.
You should see how hungover Chris was on Tuesday.
It's fucking terrible. I had to film Trailer Trash and talk about TalkRadar the movie.
That phone
to somebody who may have won an Oscar.
You guys, it was fucking terrible. I could tell you guys had been drinking when I heard you.
I stopped because I knew I didn't want to do it twice.
I didn't know that, and I'm doing it again.
That phone call made me realize we're a bad influence to the youth of today.
Yeah. No, big titty smoke crack. Next phone call.
Hey, this is my sister's menstruation tastes funny. So you guys are canceling the podcast so you can
get like a copper taste
on us? I haven't heard the new podcast yet. What the fuck? This is radically different than what I'm used to. How can you guys be so selfish? Obviously, you must have taken bribes from the other guys in the office. You know what? I give TalkRadar 151 a 0. 0. Yeah, you remember that. Next time you mess with the internet.
I like that.
0 out of 0?
A 0 out of 0. That's good. That's 100%, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Good job, Michael.
That's 1,000,000%.
Hey guys, great podcast. This is Anders from Denver. Ender something or other. I was just calling to see if you guys were doing any sort of E3 thing for fans, like a meetup or anything. Because
what did he ask,
I
Henry?
somehow just want a ticket to E3.
He's not done.
And I'd feel very disappointed if I didn't get to meet my second favorite podcast crew.
What? What's his second favorite bullshit?
I'm not telling you shit. Fuck that.
Well, you're our 1,500th favorite fan.
Yeah, call back when we're your favorite, and then I'll tell you that we might be doing something Thursday the 9th.
I bet his favorite podcast crew is Pokemon Monday.
Better
Yeah,
not,
oh,
probably.
yeah.
That would be acceptable. But yeah, if you're in
Henry
the
Gilbert.
Bunch of fucking queers and their monsters.
Yeah, this is my
Pocket
third,
Monsters.
my third podcast appearance this week.
Are you serious? You
Pokemon
can't be in any more
Monday,
podcasts
Tuesday,
for the
and
rest of May, Henry.
I'm cutting you off.
Thank you, man. I kid. I like this new format. I like getting home at 10 at night instead of 1 in the morning. Nice.
Well, we'll see.
That way you can get your 10 in.
I can get my 8 hours of sleep.
10 hours of sleep.
8 hours.
If you're in the LA area, I'm trying to confirm we're doing something that Thursday night. I think it's the 9th.
I'll be at Lizzie's show. Just look it up.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll be there.
Meltdown, motherfuckers. I'll be there.
We'll have to. We're trying to get that actually confirmed that we will be able to all stay as a work environment. But yes, make sure you're clear. It has nothing to do with E3 proper, so like you don't have to get into E3 to do this. So just.
Oh, this guy does have an E3 pass.
Oh, I see.
He won one from his second
do
favorite
not
podcast.
talk to us at E3.
All right.
We're busy. We'll be busy.
No, please do. Last year, Charlie and I got stopped a couple of times going to see Mafia 2. It was really nice. It was very surprising.
Hey, you still have nice.
Hey, this is Joe Masterbaby.
Joe Masterbaby!
Hey! I just wanted to say that Chris's story about buying chameleons out of a boy's life, I don't know, I just found that very funny because I actually bought a chameleon a few months ago, and I actually got it from a reptile breeder, so, yeah. I don't know, I just found that story very funny. Keep up the good work, guys, and I'm all for the 2 podcasts a week. See ya.
If only you had a reptile.
I'm guessing it's a real chameleon and not those anoles that they always say are chameleons, like in pet stores.
Or just when they're iguanas and they call them chameleons. It might change color.
Yeah, well, like,
You'll have to buy it
real
to find
chameleons are endearingly creepy.
Yeah, they are.
And anoles just look like little lizards that will change from brown to green.
Next photo!
Hey, TalkRadar, this is Samuel the Geek, or Test Samuel from Twitter. And I just wanted to say good luck on the 2 podcast a week schedule. And I just wanted to thank you guys for letting me be a part of this Games Radar community thing.
You're welcome.
And also, I want to recap on some awesome memories. Brett kicking my ass at Street Fighter, me winning the Wii Christmas time competition, and that's how I found the podcast.
What?
Oh yeah, and at E3, where I sat on Chris and Tyler's bed of their hotel room as Chris continually apologized to me, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not more entertaining." And Tyler basically punching his computer because he was trying to write up a preview for Super Scribblenauts. Anyway, see you all later. Later.
This is a sad tale.
Chris's
but I have no idea how you got back to our hotel room and we had agonizing work to do.
Yeah. Well, that does sound like Chris. Oh, well,
that also sounds like E3. Like, just...
Also sounds like E3. Wasn't it the time I woke up on the plane, just yelled, "I'm not funny," and went back to sleep?
When we were leaving PAX, like, I was in between you and Tyler on the plane, and, like, you fell asleep, and you just, like, mumbled to yourself, like, "God, I'm not funny."
I just I remember something. I remember like, something what? I said. I remember something I said on the show, and I couldn't. It was so painful. I could not verbalize it. I hate it when that happens.
It came out of nowhere, and I'm like, wait,
no, it's just
what?
something I thought about. I know how that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Hi, they call me Meat Market. They call me the Meat Market from the forums. I just want to let y'all know I teach a boot camp, and I use some Street Fighter music from OC Remix for some of the music for that. One day, my boss's husband walks in, stops dead in his tracks, looks me in the eye, and says, "Dull theme." And we were both overjoyed. Anyway, I just want to let y'all know
that's awesome.
Thought you might get a kick out of it. Yep. Love the podcast. Have a good one.
That's a great way to limber up to some OC Remix style scene.
If that's the from HD Turbo remix, my friend Matt did. Richter is in the credits. Matt Hackett. He did some of the
shit,
music.
really?
Oh yeah, that's right.
He contributed some of the songs to that. And also shout out to Larry Oji from OC Remix, who bumped into a PAX East.
Don't care for.
No. It's a rude man.
Just kidding. I love fucking OC Remix. God damn it. We might have to figure out a song to play with them at the end of the show.
Hey guys, this is Chris, Beast 13 on the site. Just finished work not too long ago. It's like 4:30 in the morning here. I finished listening to episode 150 on the way home from work. Fucking heard the announcement about the twice a week thing. I'm fucking psyched about that. Figured I'd call in and just let you guys know it's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's gonna make my week a lot more bearable and a lot more awesome and a lot more full of snacky happiness.
Yeah. I love snacky happiness.
It almost sounded like he was about to cry when he said bearable. Like,
bearable.
Well, he was tired. He got home from working.
I saved this one. This is a long one.
He was digging ditches all day.
But we all love Turbo Bison.
Oh, yeah.
PTFGN. Fucking, I pre-listened to these. He's fucking hammered. Just hammered.
I probably never been this drunk calling anyone. Yes, it's Turbo Bison, not Turbo. Andrew Graham. He's awesome though. I really want to call and say I love this show, and you guys are like a weird kind of like awesome inspiration and shit, right? And I don't understand why I can't be as awesome, right? I don't know.
You can.
But
you're doing great, buddy.
And you guys are awesome. And I'm probably over 30 seconds. I don't give a fuck. All right, Chris, whatever.
Amazing. And I lost my sound effect.
I spilled things on this iPad. Why would I do that?
Let's get out of here. Someone want to pick a song this week? Did any good games come out with good sounds or music? Michael, can you name any song from L.A. Noire? You didn't hear it in L.A. Noire.
I didn't hear it in L.A. Noire.
You don't have to tell Rockstar that.
It's
but
a public
just a
domain.
song
Yeah,
from
it's
L.A.
just a
Noire.
song.
I did
you
record
heard.
all that Shadows of the Dam music.
Sure.
It's the title screen music from
There we go.
Akira Yamaoka. And, yeah, I mean, his music is always fucking great, and this is the title screen music that also has a zombie jumping up every minute to yell at you. So
All right. I wonder when
deal with that. But
I wonder when he's going to start designing games again, too.
Stop it. You're trying to... No more
But no,
conversation.
the music in Shadows of the Dam, very good. Like, it's very atmospheric, but it's also
My
got a
head
lot
is
of...
sweating.
It's
You
got
can't
a lot.
start talking about
Here's a
his
song from
shortcomings.
L.A. Noire. Stone Cold Dead in the Market.
I really thought you were going to sing. But we'll do that next week.
We can do that
But-
next week.
But,
Yeah, Shadows of the Dam title screen music's really good.
All right, guys. We're going to leave, and please bear with us through the transition. Soft launch.
It's growing pains.
Bye.
Goodbye.